Hey beauties, so welcome back to my channel. 2025 was quite a year for makeup. It was the best of times and sometimes it was the worst of times. Today I'm going to be talking about the best and the worst of 2025 and what makeup I'm bringing into 2026 and what makeup I'm leaving behind in the dust with no regrets. Love them and leave them. Well, not that harshly, but we're going to talk about what makeup I am personally looking forward to using in the new year and which makeup didn't really impress me, float my boat that much, all that stuff, and will be left behind in 2025. So if that sounds like fun to you, please stick around. Please also make sure that you hit that little subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my content. We have so many fun releases coming up. We have a Prada concealer. We have Charlotte Tilbury concealer. So many things coming up. So much fun in store. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's get this party started. In talking about the makeup of 2025 that I am most looking forward to using in the new year, I would really be remiss not to mention Danessa Myricks first, because what a year Danessa Myricks had. What sensational products she released in 2025. Some of my absolute favorites of the whole year. Let us start with this Lightwork Volume 7 palette. My goodness, this gorgeous palette is just so versatile and so much fun to play with. I mean, look at these shades. We have a Danessa Myricks palette with mattes and shimmers and glitters and all the fun things. And as you can see, it is pretty well loved already. I've just had so much fun using this palette, trying different combinations. We all know about the versatility of the Danessa Myricks palettes. You can use the little mirror right here to make your own little compact. You can arrange the palettes however you want. So Danessa Myricks knocked it out of the park with this Lightwork Volume 7 palette. And I am so excited to continue using this in the new year. And I should mention that I think all of the products I'm talking about today, I have reviewed on my channel. So if you want more in-depth reviews about these products, I would encourage you to go look over at my channel, see the different playlists I have, different reviews. And if you have a specific question about anything, where you can find the review on the specific product you're interested in, please let me know in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to help. And I love interacting with you guys in the comments. So please let me know if you have any questions in the comments section down below. So another amazing release from Danessa Myricks were the multi-use pigment sticks. These are the Color Fix sticks. These are a gem and a joy to use. These are just, again, so much fun. So if you haven't used this product before, it's a stick that comes apart and it just has the most insane, gorgeous, absolutely stunning eyeshadow on each side. So just show you a little demo right here. Each side comes with a metallic side and a foil side. So on duo number 4, this is the foil side. And then the metallic. I cannot get over these. These are so fun to use, so functional. You could throw this in your bag. You can combine the shades by taking apart the magnet component and pairing it up with other Color Fix sticks. So innovative and so Danessa Myricks. And such a great part of 2025. I have loved these and can't stop using them. And while I am putting my Danessa Myricks palette safely back in the box so that doesn't break, because I'd be very upset if it did, I just want to mention, please excuse this eye right here. I have a little something going on there and I'm putting in all the drops and doing all the things, but it's just still a little swollen and not looking great. But I wanted to make this video for you guys today, so I'm powering through. So I just threw on some Sarah Creole concealer and said, you know what, we're going to continue with this video, even though the bag under my eye decided to get a bag of its own. But we're going to be okay. It's going to be fine. But again, please excuse me for the appearance of that eye. I wish I could do something about it, but I'm trying. Hopefully in a few days, it will clear up. Okay, while we're on the subject of clearing up things under our eyes, let's talk about the Chanel Ultra Good Tint Concealer. I have a review of this on my channel that I did recently. There's a self-setting concealer. Absolutely love it. Great for dry skin. It's full coverage. It's long wearing. It's lightweight. It's not heavy. This is a fantastic concealer. It only came out a few weeks ago, but I've been obsessed with it since I got it. So let's go back to eyeshadow for a few minutes because I have some things. These are the Patrick Ta 6-pan eyeshadows that came out. These are the Major Dimension Essential Artistry Edit eyeshadow palettes. It came out in 3 different color stories. I have the light and medium. These eyeshadows are absolutely a dream to work with. They're creamy, they're buildable, they work well with other shadows, they work well with Patrick Ta's shimmery shadows that came out. A lot of times when I just need a good base to go under other eyeshadow, I use this. This is a no-fuss product. It's great to work with, and I find myself reaching for this quite often. So even though it's more on the neutral side, and you wouldn't think the most exciting release, this is just a great, great palette and so functional. So I've really been loving this, and this was definitely one of my favorites of 2025. Now, let's talk about this little baby right here. This is the Victoria Beckham Cocoa Palette. Now, this came out around October, something like that, and I've been using this nonstop. It's just a beautiful, warm palette. The shades work together so well. They're buildable, they're creamy, and the Victoria Beckham eyeshadows just come in the most beautiful compact. You can just buy the refill, but I would encourage you to buy the compact if you don't have it already. This is an absolutely stunning product. I use it all the time. I usually have this in my purse when I go to work, and if I don't have time to do a big eyeshadow look before I head out the door, or I just want to refresh, you can easily take this from day to night with the darker shade or this smoky shade right here. It's a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow. Absolutely love it. And it's just so functional, and probably one of my most used eyeshadow palettes of 2025, which was kind of surprising because you wouldn't think a little 4-pan eyeshadow palette like this would be one of my favorites, but it really was. So I absolutely love this one from Victoria Beckham. Now, we have to give Dolce & Gabbana a moment, okay? These palettes that came out, they came out in 3 color stories. I have 2 of them. These are the Ever Icon Eye Palette. These are exceptional. I do want to make a little bit of a note, though. These are made with nuts. I think it's pistachio and maybe almond. So I just want to put that disclaimer in. If you have any form of nut allergy or sensitivity, please do not buy it. Don't use it. Don't go anywhere near it. Just avoid it. But going back to the review. This is the Rose Goddess color story. These are just a dream to work with. They're so much fun. This is just luxury. Like, there's no other way to get around it. And the color stories work beautifully. You have one side that's supposed to be daytime, one side that's supposed to be nighttime, but you don't have to use that, obviously, in that order. It's just a great palette if you want to throw this in for your travel bag or for your work bag and you want to take a daytime look to nighttime. There's a really functional product, and it's gorgeous, and the packaging is stunning. Look at that. And I do have a review of these on my channel. If you're interested, please go check that out after you're done watching this video. I did review 2 of the color stories in this line and absolutely love them. I could not talk about the best eyeshadows of 2025 and not mention this release from Chanel from the holidays. This was the Les 9 Ombres 849, the Space Traveler. Look at this. You could see it's well loved, but just look how beautiful this palette is. So special, so stunning. This as a topper shade was exceptional. These blue shades are just, chef's kiss perfection, gorgeous. And it was just such a fun release. I did a whole video on the Chanel holiday releases, and this was in there. This is an exceptional palette from Chanel. I am so happy I have this in my collection because I really would have missed out if I did not pick this up. This is a special palette from Chanel. Another exceptional palette is the Bibliophilia palette from Byredo. Just when you talk about perfection in a pan, it's the Byredo formula. This formula is creamy, it's decadent, it's delicious, it's just, it's scrumptious. I love this palette. I find myself going to this palette to correct some eyeshadow mistakes I make. Like if I mess up somehow, not that I ever mess up, because how could I ever mess up, right? Believe me, I do all the time. But if I do mess up a look, or I need like a filler shade or just to brighten up any eyeshadow look, I find myself going to this palette quite often. As you can see, it is pretty well loved. Someone who has so much makeup like I do, I would call this well loved, relatively. But this palette is exceptional. Byredo does have another palette like this coming up soon. As soon as I can get my makeup loving hands on it, I will get it and review it for you guys. So please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already. If you would like to see that so that you don't miss out this. But if you've never tried the Byredo formula, specifically the larger pan formula, because there is a difference between this formula from Byredo and the smaller pans, this formula is a must try. It's exceptional. You will be so happy that you tried it. And this was one of my favorites from 2025. So my next best palette of 2025 from Christian Dior, specifically the small holiday palette that Dior released. This was an exceptional palette. As you can see, it's well loved. I'm showing you these palettes in their natural habitat because I want to show you how much I use them. The packaging on these palettes is exceptional. The colors went beautifully together. The formula is creamy. It's so nice. It's better than Dior's typical eyeshadow formula. So this one I loved and was one of my favorite holiday releases and one of my favorite eyeshadows of 2025. And just another quick shout out to Patrick Ta because look at these shimmery shades right here. Does it get better than this? I don't think so. These are pricey, but they are worth it. You will find yourself reaching for them and using them and being so happy that you have them in your collection. No matter how big or small your collection is, you will love these. Again, pricey, but worth it in my very, Very humble opinion. So this brand is not considered luxury, but their eyeshadow formula is luxurious. This is from Morphe. These palettes came out around the summer, I think. They came out with larger palettes. Morphe did like a whole rebrand of a lot of their products. And these eyeshadows, which I have a review of on my channel, these are exceptional. Now, I love Morphe's eyeshadow formula, always have. This is a brand new one of this palette because I had used this one so much, I dropped it, I broke the cover. So I bought a new one. I have, I think, almost all of the mini ones and maybe almost all of the larger ones. This eyeshadow palette is so nice, so beautiful, and so effortless. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money and just get a really exceptional eyeshadow formula, Morphe is absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. It's exceptional. So if you've never tried Morphe's eyeshadow palettes, I encourage you to check it out. They're reasonably priced. You can get them at Ulta. And these were some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes and most used eyeshadow palettes in 2025. Let's talk about these Hourglass face palettes. This release was so fun for the holidays. I absolutely love the palettes. I tried the Swan right here, the Dior palette, which is the lighter palette, and this Horse palette, which was an exclusive to Sephora. I love all of them. I use all of them. The Dior one is a little bit on the lighter side, so I prefer the Horse or the Swan. I'm going to say the Horse. This is the Horse, Courtney, and this is the Swan. Class dismissed. Okay, we're going to get this right. You have to laugh at yourself, right? So I love the Horse and I love the Swan. The Swan was really exceptional. I did give one of these palettes away to one of my lovely subscribers. She is phenomenal and she was so happy to get this palette. And it's just a beautiful, fun, bold palette. So special. And the Horse palette, I would say, was the more practical, the more workhorse product. That was really bad. You could tell I'm in a silly mood. Must be the eye and the eye drops getting to me. Probably not. It's just my personality. But the Horse palette, I want to say workhorse again, but I can't. The Horse palette was one of my favorites. Just so practical, great for every day. This is more of like a special occasion palette, or if you're feeling just a little flirty and fun, want to try something different, but they're both beautiful. And just that whole launch, it was one of my favorites. Also, just because I got so many subscribers through that giveaway, I got to meet so many of you. Through that giveaway, it was such a fun time. So maybe it's a little bit of nostalgia for me, but these were some of my favorite palettes that were released in 2025. And if you came on my channel or subscribed during that time, thank you so much and thanks for sticking around. It's been such a pleasure getting to know so many of you over the last year, and I can't wait for all the adventures we're going to have in 2026 together. It's going to be a great year. I have one last eyeshadow. Well, not really. It's a whole release. The Louis Vuitton eyeshadow palette. Again, nostalgia. This launch was a really big thing for my channel. So many of my friends here on this channel subscribed to my channel or found my channel through my Louis Vuitton videos. So a lot of it has to do with nostalgia. But putting that aside, this launch was so creative, so fun, very, very pricey. I do have reviews of all of the eyeshadow palettes on my channel. I have 2 videos from when the products launched, and I have one where I tried on all 8 eyeshadow palettes in one video. So if you're interested, after you check out this video, please head over to those videos. I should have a playlist on my channel for all the Louis Vuitton videos. But going back to the product, these were a very controversial launch, understandably so. I'm never going to sit here and pretend like this is not a lot of money to pay for makeup products. It is an exorbitant amount. It's a lot of money. However, you are paying for the luxury name, like a lot of these brands. And the quality of these eyeshadows are excellent. These are better than the Dior eyeshadows. They are on par, if not better, than some of the Chanel products. And also, you are paying for this case right here. This case, if you feel it in person, it feels like a paperweight. It's very luxurious. It's just the epitome of luxury. If you love luxury beauty, it's a collector's item. It's something just to have in your collection, to just admire and use. In my humble opinion, these palettes were worth it. As someone who loves Louis Vuitton and luxury beauty and loves having little items like this that are kind of collector's pieces or just pieces in your collection that you will have, if not forever, then for a really long time. These are refillable, so you can buy one palette and then refill for different color stories, or if you run out, if you hit pan, you can fill it up again. So it's not like a one and done. It is very functional. And just in case you're curious how it works, you open it like so, then you press this little button on the back and it releases the eyeshadow. And these are magnetized, so you can also customize these palettes if you want to combine different shades. This is a powdery formula, but it's powdery in a good way. It's not dry like the Dior formula sometimes between me and you. Could be a little dry, as shown by their recent Spring 2026 collection, but we're not going to go there. These palettes are powdery, but they're done very well. They're long-lasting, and the color stories are beautiful. I have a lot of subscribers here who have checked out these palettes and bought them, and they love them. I haven't heard anything negative about these palettes except for the crazy prices. But for the quality, a lot of you have told me that you love the quality, you love the color stories, and you want to buy more after you try them. So if you've tried these palettes, let me know in the comments down below if you like them, what color stories you got. The color stories were fantastic. I love each and every one of them. Pat McGrath obviously knows what she's doing, and it was just such a fun launch. I have so many good memories about meeting so many of you through that launch. So I'm going to stop getting sentimental. I've been getting really sentimental lately about my channel because the last few videos that I have posted have gone so well beyond anything in my wildest dreams. You guys did that for me, and I am honestly so grateful, so humbled, and I've just been kind of walking around in a daze lately because I can't believe how many of you have commented, liked, watched my videos, shared my videos, commented with lovely messages, and subscribed. So if you have done that, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really means so much, and I've just made so many friends here, creators, viewers, subscribers. You guys are just so lovely and make this even more fun than it already is. So thank you so much. And now I'm going to stop gushing. We're going to go back to makeup. Hopefully one day soon, I will be able to get myself together and not gush about you guys. But thank you so much. God bless you guys. You guys are really, honestly, the best. So let's get back to the makeup. Okay. I think we're done with eyeshadows. I'm exhausted. My eyes are like, stop talking about us already. Let's move on to other parts of your face. That's what we're going to do. Foundation. This Makeup by Mario foundation, this is the Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. My shade is 2N. This formula is one of my all-time favorites. I've already gone through a bottle since August or September. And for me, that's a lot because I have a lot of makeup. This formula is something I use almost every day. Like in my everyday life when I'm working, this is the foundation I usually put on. I usually have it in my purse. This foundation is absolutely stunning. It just leaves a beautiful finish on the skin. It's not glowy. It's not overly matte. It just feels like your skin, but better. If you have natural oils, it will come through a little bit throughout the day. If you have dry skin, don't be afraid of this product, even though it says it controls oils. I have dry skin. Believe me, up in here, it can be like the Sahara Desert sometimes. It's not pretty. This foundation does not cake up. It doesn't emphasize dry spots. It is beautiful. It's been my BFF since August or September. We've had a really good friendship. It's been wonderful. And she's just been a very close friend. So if you're looking for a great everyday foundation that you can use for day or night, this is your girl. Go check it out. I also have a full review and demo of this on my channel and a little story of how I met Mr. Mario himself. I met him at a launch event for this product. It was a dream come true. So after you're finished watching this video, if you want to check that out, I would encourage you to check that out. But trust me, this is a beautiful foundation and one that really exceeded all of my expectations. One of my other favorite foundations of the year was just released a few months ago, and I cannot stop using it, and I'm so excited about this. This is the Outside In Silk Serum Foundation, and my shade is 110 Light Cool. This foundation is beautiful. It is airbrush. It is flawless. I did do a video on my channel comparing this serum foundation with the Victoria Beckham foundation drops, and this one came out ahead by a little bit. This was exceptional. I love it. I use it all the time. Please check this out if you haven't already. This is from the creator of Hourglass Cosmetics. So really exceptional product. Absolutely love it. I also absolutely love the Victoria Beckham foundation drops. This has skincare benefits. It's glowy. It's gorgeous. I feel beautiful every time I wear this, and I have worn it a lot. I actually ordered a backup bottle during Black Friday, I think it was. But this is exceptional. This is number 2 Fair Light. I would say between these two, if you're looking for more coverage, a more perfected look, a little bit longer lasting, Outside In is probably a better bet for you, but Victoria Beckham foundation drops are just a dream to use. Your skin just looks glowy and gorgeous and just looks like your best skin. If you have oily skin, you're probably better off with this foundation. If you have dry skin, you might prefer this, but they're both beautiful options and 2 foundations that I cannot stop wearing in 2025. Now let's talk about skin tints, tinted moisturizers, all that stuff. This is Myricks, the uniform. As you can see, I have used a good amount of it. My shade is number, you know what? I had a problem the last time I was trying to do a video on this. It doesn't have the shade on there. I'll link it below. I also have a review of this on my channel. This is a beautiful tinted moisturizer. especially on days where I just need a no makeup look. This provides a very glowy effect on the skin, which is beautiful. Not the most coverage. So a lot of times I'll use this under my makeup, or I'll combine it with the Myricks Complexion Stick, and it's a beautiful combination. But this is a great tinted mineral sunscreen, and it has SPF of 45, which is great. The other tinted moisturizer that I love is the Armani one. This is the Armani Skin Tint. This is glowy. This is hydrating. I also have a review of this on my channel. The first day I wore this, I went to get my hair done, and my hairdresser and the girl washing my hair both asked me what I did to make my skin look so good. It was this, and it stayed on. And even when the chemicals are going and my hair is getting dry and I'm almost like passing out from the bleach and everything, this product stood up. This product was perfection. If you love a more matte version of a tinted moisturizer, go with the Gucci one. If you love a glowy one, I would definitely check out Armani. It is glowy perfection in a bottle. And a quick shout out to the Mary Phillips m.ph Underpainting palette. This is so much fun to play with, but not only that, this just gives an effortless glow to the skin underneath your foundation or your tinted moisturizer. This is just creamy. I also love to wear this over my foundation. I'll just take the bronzing and the contouring shades, and I will pop this right on top of my foundation. I use this a lot. I also love the brush that you can buy with this palette. I mean, you can buy it independently, but the brush that Mary Phillips released with this palette is beautiful. This is just great for underpainting or overpainting, as we say, right in the, is that a technical term, overpainting? When you use the underpainting palette over your makeup. This brush is exceptional. Also, this is great for highlighting, for inner corner, over here. So the brush and the palette were two of my favorites from 2025, and they will definitely be following me into 2026 for more makeup fun. Now, for concealer, this did not come out in 2025, I don't believe, but I have to mention this. This is the Sarah Creole Face Flex. I'm making an exception to the 2025 release rule of this video, unofficial rule that I made up myself. I'm breaking my rule. I spoke to the president of my channel and the board, and I decided that I could include this based on their approval in this video. This is shade 1.0. I am obsessed with this concealer. I pretty much use it every day, except for the Chanel concealer. I don't think I have any other concealer recommendations that are my absolute favorite because I've been using this. So now moving on to highlighters / luminizers, the Prada. I do have a review of this on my channel. Back in the early days when I started my channel, it was like the first few months, it was a simple time. Could make mistakes a lot easier. This is exceptionally gorgeous. It's exceptionally priced, but it's beautiful. It is quite fragranced. So if you're sensitive to fragrances, please don't buy this, or at least go check it out in person before you spend a lot of money on this. But you can see it's well loved, and I find myself reaching for this a lot. And this will be coming with me in 2026. Another highlighter was the Chantecaille Holiday highlighter that they released. I have a full review of that collection on my channel, as well as the Guerlain highlighter. This was the terracotta luminizer from the holiday collection. Look at that. This is very fragrance too, so if you don't like fragrances, please don't buy this. But look how beautiful this is. Oh, why not? See that? See that? Oh, I forgot how strong it is, but we'll put it on the other side just so he's somewhat even. But look at that. It's like an instant spotlight on my face. So pretty. So gorgeous. This is definitely staying with me in the new year. I have a few more blushes to show you. This was the limited edition Gucci release. This is the Bright Coral Blush Debutée. And this is a luminous matte blush. This is absolutely stunning. The color was exceptional, and the packaging was just next to none. And as an honorable mention, the new Gucci Glow blushes that they released at the end of 2025, beginning of the new year. These are an instant favorite. I just reviewed these on my channel very recently, and these are an exceptional formula. I'm wearing it today. This is Arctic Rose on my face. This is absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful glow to the skin, but not too glowy. It's perfection. So both of these blushes, which came out in 2025, this technically came out in 2025, have to be on my list because they are exceptionally good. And I gotta hurry this up because we have a lot of products and we still have our worst ones to get to. So quickly, the Ilia blushes, they came out. The soft focus blurring brushes. Not crazy about the fact that they don't have a mirror, but I believe this was because they're supposed to be recyclable. That's why they don't have a mirror. These are beautiful radiant blushes that don't emphasize texture, beautiful color range. I really love these and I think they're worth the money. Absolutely stunning. And then the Say powder blushes. This is the shade Mia. I love these blushes. They're blurring. They're gorgeous. They're effortless, so many fun shades. I don't think a blush list from 2025 would be complete without these blushes. Absolute perfection. If you've never tried this formula, they are lovely. And finally, our last two blushes. This was the blush that came out with the Chantecaille Holiday Collection. This is the Radiant Blush. This is like a blush and a highlighter in one. Absolutely stunning. Gives you the most ethereal glow on the cheeks. Subtle, classy. The packaging is superb. I don't have anything bad to say about this formula. It is exceptionally good, and there is no way I'm leaving it behind in 2025. She's coming with me in the new year. And lastly, this is a fun one. These are the Makeup by Mario jelly jars. These are for both cheeks and lips. I got them in all the shades. I love all the shades. These are so much fun. They're like a bouncy jelly texture. So it's a really fun product to play with. The formula is fantastic on the lips and the cheeks. Just gives a beautiful glowy effect. It's not the most long-lasting blush. However, it's something that you can just throw in your bag and freshen up when you need to. All of the shades are so much fun to play with, and I'm so glad I have these in my makeup collection. So moving on to bronzers, I only have two because two have really stolen my heart in 2025. The first is the Dior Jumbo Bronzer. How many ways can I count how much I love that product? Now, I have to admit, I can't find it. It's not in front of me. And I'm getting a little nervous. Palpitations are starting. I might have to do some deep breathing. I don't know where it is right now. But if you know, you know. That bronzer, like my favorite bronzer of all time right now. But very close second is the Hung Van Gogh bronzer that came out in 2025. Now, I'm thinking there's a little bit of conspiracy with the bronzers right now because I can't find that one either, and it's always around me because I use it all the time. I'm thinking that they banded together and jump ship. So I'm hoping that they return quickly. I need them. But those two bronzers are blurring. They're perfecting on the skin. They're long-lasting. They are luxurious. And they're just exceptional. The only difference I would say is that the Jumbo bronzer from Dior, it's more pricey, but that's okay because it's worth it. But it's very fragranced. It's a beautiful fragrance, but if you are sensitive to fragrances, you probably won't like it. You might want to go with the Hung Van Gogh. And it's a little bit cheaper, but they're both beautiful formulas, so well loved and so missed because I don't know where they are. I will find them, and if I can't, I'll report back. We'll have a search group going, and we'll be okay. But hopefully they return soon because otherwise I will start to panic, and I might have to use same-day delivery at Sephora. I'm hoping I don't. I'd rather not because I haven't hit pan yet on those. I'm not even close. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. But those bronzers are my favorite, and they're definitely coming with me in the new year as soon as I can find them. Speaking of Hung Van Gogh, I do want to make a note. His eyeliners, you guys, if you haven't tried his eyeliners, you are missing out. He is a brilliant, brilliant man in so many ways, but especially with his eyeliners. They're exceptional. They're long-lasting. They're just phenomenal. They are just great. Specifically, the gel eyeliners, they will last all day. Seriously, these eyeliners last longer than my last relationship. They are more loyal than any man I've ever known. They will stick by you, never let you down, and always be by your side. So, if you've never tried out the Hung Van Gogh eyeliners, please do. And then a very, very close second are the Sarah Creole eyeliners. Specifically, my favorite shade is Twilight Smoke. I think these eyeliners keep selling out, and for good reason. They are also incredibly long wearing, so easy to use, great for mature skin, really beautiful. These two eyeliners, they are definitely coming with me in the new year. Couple of Makeup by Mario mentions. Master Matte Cream eyeshadows. I have a review and demo of these on my channel. These are essentials. They're long lasting. They're not drying. They're great base for eyeshadow, or they're great on their own. These were exceptionally good. I have them in so many shades because I can't stop using them. And also the Master Mascara from Makeup by Mario. I wear it all the time. I have it on right now. It's volumizing, it's lifting, it's long wearing, doesn't smudge. It's a beautiful, beautiful mascara. Another mascara, which I have like a mini size of. I don't think this is a full size. This is from Kosas. This is the Soul Gazer Mascara. This is just a beautiful everyday mascara. Lightweight, volumizing, so easy to apply, just effortless and gorgeous. So Soul Gazer from Kosas is a great mascara. That will be following me into 2026. Let's talk about lips. Hung Van Gogh, beautiful, beautiful lipstick formula. Exceptionally good, long-wearing, creamy. Packaging is gorgeous. The shade range is phenomenal. This shade, Limitless Sky, is one of my favorites. Just absolutely stunning and just looks so good on the lips. I love his lipstick formula, and I have picked up more shades since. So this is a really great release from 2025. These are the Rhode Scented Lip Peptide Treatments. The lip peptide treatments are absolutely stunning. Even if you lean towards luxury beauty, I would encourage you to check out the peptide lip treatments. There were issues with these a few years ago, They've corrected the formula. I never had an issue with them, thankfully, but they have corrected the formula, I heard. And these are beautiful. Specifically, the ribbon one is my favorite for just a sheer wash of pink. And this smells like ice cream, so you can't go wrong with that. And the Patrick Ta Lip Balms, I also did a review of this on my channel. I did like a showdown of Patrick Ta, Rhode, and Rare Beauty lip balms if you want to check that out. But these were exceptional. They're so hydrating on the lips. They're really great. And the packaging is beautiful and the scents are phenomenal. So I love these from Patrick Ta. This product, I don't know if it came out in 2025. This is the Violet FR Plume Lip Feather Matte Lip Whip. Mine is in the shade Mon Cherie. I am obsessed with this. This is the most blurring lip formula I've tried in a while. It's effortless. It lasts really long. It's just so stunning. I can't get enough of this. I want to pick up more shades. I have to pick up more shades. This is a beautiful product. I have heard people talking about it, but more people should be talking about it because it's exceptionally good. And just to show you the bottle, that's the bottle right there. So, a lip gloss that I want to mention. Lisa Eldridge Holiday Collection. These lip glosses were so much fun. The whole holiday collection was absolutely stunning. I have a review on my channel of it, but look at this. So beautiful on the lips, so comfortable. Love her lip gloss formula. Just such a fun release. And the whole collection I loved. I love the eyeshadows. It was just such a beautiful collection to try out and review. One of my favorites from the year. And these lip glosses are no exception. Definitely a highlight for makeup of 2025. And these will be coming with me into 2026 for sure. So this Guerlain lip oil, the Kiss Kiss Be Glow oil in Sparkling Rosewood. This was released as part of their holiday collection in 2025. Absolutely stunning, so luxurious. If you don't like scented products, this has a very strong scent in my opinion, but it just leaves a beautiful finish on the lips. Absolutely the epitome of luxury. And that whole collection was beautiful. I do have a review of it on my channel, but this collection was exceptionally good. And the lip oil was one of my favorite parts of that whole collection. And last is a spring 2026 release, but it was released in 2025, so I can throw it in there. And again, I spoke to the president and chairman of the board of my channel, myself. I looked myself in the mirror and said, Courtney, you can include this because it's your channel and we can talk about more makeup, so there's nothing wrong with that. So these are the new Dior lip oils, specifically the Glaze formula. I have it on my lips right now. This is the black cherry shade. I do have a review of this on my channel. These are exceptional. The lip oils were so much fun. This shade in particular is absolutely stunning and the finish is phenomenal. If you don't like a sticky formula, you may not like these, but I absolutely love this shade. The packaging is gorgeous, just so luxurious, so fun, and it just leaves a beautiful finish on the lips and it's just very comfortable. So I love this and I'm including it because it was technically released in 2025 and it will be living in my purse in 2026. Before we move on to the worst products of 2025, I want to make some honorable mentions here. If you want to smell good, you go get yourself these 2 sprays from Fleur. These are perfection. This is Cashmere Skin. This, I spray it on constantly, put a little bit of a dent in it. This is like a nighttime fragrance for me when I want to relax and calm down. I put this on and I just feel so luxurious, so relaxed. And I just go around the house spraying myself with this because I can't get enough of it. And this is Vanilla Nectar. I recently picked this up. You need to smell this. You need to try this. You need to buy it. I'm not trying to influence you here, but you need this. You need Cashmere Skin. You need them both. Trust me on this. These are exceptional. Are they the most long-lasting? No, they're not. But they are beautiful if you just want to feel good, smell good, be in your house and just smell cozy and warm and just beautiful. These are just gorgeous fragrances. And again, not the most long-lasting, but so worth it. And 2 other scents. The Valentina Born in Roma Extra Dose. I don't have it in front of me right now. One of my favorite perfumes from the year. So sweet, so feminine, so gorgeous. And then we have the Rare perfume from Rare Beauty. I do have a review of this on my channel. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's long-lasting, it's very classy, very feminine. Just such a good release from Rare Beauty. I love this perfume. I know a lot of people do. They also release a lot of fun layering bombs, but I would just recommend the fragrance. Get the travel spray. I don't even think you need the full size because this will last you a really long time. It's potent, it's strong, and you don't need a lot to feel and smell good. So the Rare Beauty perfume will definitely be coming with me into this new year. And finally, some hair products I want to talk about. This line in particular. This is the Chris McMillan line. If you're not familiar with Chris McMillan, he is hairstylist to the wonderful, fabulous Jennifer Aniston. He is the creator of the Rachel haircut and he has come out with one of the best hair care lines I have tried in a long time. This is the Dry Texture Spray. It's empty. I have another one as a backup because I can't be without it. I've also tried his spray. It's like a blow dry spray. It's similar to the Color Wow Dream Coat. I think it's better, but this line in particular is fantastic. This product is fantastic. They have a little discovery kit. At the time of the Sephora sale, I bought it. It has like 4 or 5 products in it in a little kit. I would definitely check out the line. They have travel sprays if you don't want to invest in the full size, but please check this out. This in particular is a fantastic product, but the whole line is phenomenal so far that I've tried. So I've really been enjoying this, and there is no way I'm leaving this behind in 2025. Okay, so now I have a box of products that we are leaving behind in 2025. It is never my intention to bash a product, bash a company. I know that a lot of work goes into launching a product for a company, especially if it's a smaller company, whatever it may be. I'm not here trying to bash any kind of product or company, but I do want to tell you about certain products that I would not repurchase, that I don't want you to spend your money on, just because in my humble opinion, it's only my opinion, I don't think they're worth it. But please understand, I'm not mocking any products. I'm not here to criticize unnecessarily any products. I just want to avoid you spending money on something that you might end up regretting or that you may not need necessarily. Starting with the Charlotte Tilbury foundation, I haven't talked about this on my channel because I didn't know how I felt about it. I tried it a few times. I did some wear tests. I came to the conclusion that it's just too heavy of a foundation. In this day and age where we have Victoria Beckham foundation drops, you have your Serum foundations, you have the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. I don't see a place for this foundation except if you have really oily skin, you need full coverage. I feel like this formula leans towards older formulations of makeup. I feel like this makeup makes your skin look worse, in my opinion. So take this from someone who has dry skin. I found this to be too drying. I found that it just sat on top of my skin. It didn't make my skin look better. Maybe initially the first hour, I don't like it. And I know she's coming out with a concealer that I plan to review on my channel because I want to give you guys an honest review, but I do not recommend this foundation. I do love Charlotte Tilbury's products. This is just not one of my favorites. And unless you have really oily skin or you like a really heavy foundation, which I don't think most of us prefer, I wouldn't purchase this again. Moving on to the Estée Lauder Double Wear Concealer. I know a lot of people love this. Probably just because I have dry skin, I found this to be too heavy. I have dryness under the eyes. My eyes are always irritated. And I just, it's always a mess up there, right? So maybe this is just me. This just didn't work for my skin. I have a lot of other concealers that I like better, including the Sarah Creole. Try it if you haven't. I just didn't like this. It wasn't my favorite. And it's not something that I would repurchase. If you have oily skin, you probably would like this. But for my dry skin, this is staying behind in 2025. Now, moving on to eyeshadow. One of the products I don't own anymore because I returned it. I very rarely return makeup, only if I have like a bad reaction to it or for some other reason. This product in particular just didn't work for me. The Danessa Myricks Freedom Palette stained my eyelids. I tried on the blue shade and I couldn't get it off. It irritated my eyes. It just didn't work out well. I love Danessa Myricks. I'm not here to bash her or any of her products. It just didn't work for me, and it's not something I would recommend. I do have a review of it on my channel if you're interested in checking it out, but it just wasn't my favorite product. Again, a lot of her products were my favorites of 2025. That product does not make the cut, and I did return it. Now, this palette from Natasha Denona. This is the Eye Sculpt Texture and Tone palette. These palettes are so monochromatic to me, so basic, right? I mean, I know this is like a companion palette or a good base palette, but for me, if you have to have multiple eyeshadow palettes just to create one look, the fact that this doesn't have like any shimmers in it and the colors are largely the same, like this right here, look at this. All of these colors are so similar. I didn't like this because to me, it was just too similar to one another. I actually recently picked up the deeper one of this palette just to see it in person. I think I'm going to return it. I haven't used it just because to me, the colors look so much of the same color story. So while I love Natasha Denona, she makes some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, I felt like this release kind of missed the mark also for the price of them. I didn't think it was worth it. So again, it wasn't really the formula. I just thought they were too much of the same for the price. The NARS Polaris eyeshadow palette that came out as part of their holiday collection this year. It was dry. The colors didn't go well together. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. The formula wasn't the worst, but just the color story was boring. I just didn't think it was worth it. It's not something I'll ever probably use again. I'll probably declutter it. But that one was disappointing. And the packaging of that collection was so beautiful. I was so excited to try it. I just was not impressed. So that palette is not coming with me into 2026. Now, another eyeshadow palette that will not probably be coming with me in the new year is a Natasha Denona Mini Gloom palette. To me, this was just a boring release. The colors really don't go that well together. I'm not the biggest fan of these little palettes from Natasha Denona. I have a couple of them, I just don't use them very much. I don't know, Mini Gloom. It's like gloom. I'm feeling gloomy. I want my makeup to help me not feel gloomy. This kind of depresses me a little bit. I don't know. I just didn't think the colors went that well together. I just don't find myself reaching for this ever. It's not a bad formula. It's just, she can do so much better. So I wasn't that thrilled with this one. And I feel bad that 2 Natasha Denona palettes are on my top 5 worst of 2025 list, but they are. So we'll put that away in a drawer for now. And the last palette might shock some people. This is the Christian Dior. This was the larger palette they came out with the holiday collection last year in 2025. Now for packaging, this gets a 20 out of 10. Packaging is absolutely stunning. It's like a little clutch you can walk around with. But the eyeshadows in this palette did not scream holiday to me, first of all. But more importantly, I didn't like the way that this meshed with the blush and the powders in here. I just didn't like the way it went. I didn't think it was cohesive at all. The orange with the pink. I was able to create some looks that I liked, but I would not say that this was a cohesive palette. And also this is very fragrant, so keep that in mind. There was nothing wrong with the formula with this one. I just didn't think it was a good color story, and the whole palette as a whole, I didn't like the combination of the eyeshadows with the blushes. So that's why it's on my worst eyeshadows of 2025 list. Again, formula wasn't bad, but I definitely preferred the small eyeshadow palette that I showed earlier in this video a lot better. I do have to give it to Dior for their packaging. No one does packaging quite like Dior. This was absolutely beautiful. And I'm glad I had this just for the packaging alone. But for the eyeshadow, it could have been better. Now, I only have one blush to mention. This is from Tower 28. This was the Get Set Blush Pally Punch. Love the color. To me, this formula was just very dry, very patchy. I know a lot of people like it. I do want to try it a little bit more, see if I can get it to work for me, but it was just dry. Again, the color was beautiful, but execution, I wasn't thrilled with this. And I have some lip products. These were the Rare Beauty lip glosses. There wasn't necessarily anything wrong with these lip glosses. I don't know, there was nothing remarkable about it. To me, it was just your standard lip gloss. I have a few shades. This shade was pretty. This is just a clear shade, even though it looks blue. There's nothing wrong with these. I just felt like they were a little bit of a dud. So I was not particularly impressed by these lip glosses from Rare Beauty. This lip gloss was a dud, though. This was the NARS Holiday Collection lip gloss in the shade Intergalactic. It's beautiful when you first put it on for about a minute. And then once the minute is up, all of the shimmer, all of the sparkle is gone, and it's a clear lip gloss. So even though the packaging was beautiful, it has a beautiful iridescent finish. Longevity, this didn't cut it. This will be staying in 2025, sadly. And the Rare Beauty lip balms, I have mixed feelings about these. I think the colors are beautiful. I think the formula is great. I just can't get over the packaging. It's cheap. It feels like cheap plastic. And you can hear that. Every time you make it go up and down, it's like a clicking sound that if you're in a meeting or something or on a date, and you're doing this, you won't be asked back again. Even if it's a great date and it's going well and it's soulmate material, it may break up just because of this lip balm. I wouldn't want that to happen to you. I want you to be happy. I want you to find true love. I would like to find it at some point. That's why I will not wear this to work or on a date. But let me caveat by saying, I do like the formula. I like the shades. It's just the applicator. And look how thick this is. How are you supposed to apply this on your lips? It's not precise. It's messy. The only thing I will say about this is, besides the fact that I like the shades and the formula, I have been using the clear one at night just to put all over my lips as like a messy lip balm, because I tend to get very chapped in the corner of my lips, but I'm not going to do that in public, obviously. This is a really messy application. I think Rare Beauty missed the mark because the formula is great, the colors are beautiful. It's just that the packaging is really poor, which is unfortunate. And these lip glosses from Patrick Ta, I love them. They're beautiful. The mint smell, though, is so overpowering. It's hard to wear this because I don't like mint, so if you don't like mint, don't pick this up. But the finish is beautiful. I hate an overly minty smell, and these glosses have that overly minty smell. My second to last product is this Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Long Wearing Blurring Setting Spray. That's a long title for a setting spray. But this is just okay. I don't see that it helps my makeup's longevity. I don't feel like it blurs my skin particularly well. So this was a disappointment. I've used, I have this much left, so I've used a little bit, but it's not something that I'm blown away by, unfortunately. I was wrong. I have another product. These are Urban Decay eyeliners. These are the Urban Decay 24/7 inks. I don't think these came out in 2025, but I just have to say, I don't like these eyeliners. I tried them. They're not long lasting. I put them above the eye and halfway during the day, they were gone. So I don't recommend this formula. I did try it in 2025, so I just wanted to make a mention of it because I did not like these. And finally, something that shocks me may shock you, the Louis Vuitton eyeshadow brush. This I picked up during the launch of the eyeshadows and the whole makeup release. These were not cheap. I think this was $110. This eyeshadow brush is too big for my eyes. It's messy. It caused fallout with the Louis Vuitton formula, and I'm really disappointed because the packaging is beautiful. I thought it would be a better quality, but unfortunately these were really disappointing. Not only for the price, but for the quality. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful brush. I would have loved to incorporate this into my routine, into my makeup videos, but I was very disappointed in the quality and the performance of this brush, which kind of breaks my heart. But Louis Vuitton did release beautiful makeup products, so it's okay. We still come out ahead, but this brush was a little bit of a dud for me. Wow. I feel like I just ran a marathon. We went over so many great makeup products and a few that were a little bit disappointing, but overall, 2025 was such a great year for makeup, and I have a feeling 2026 will be just as good, if not better. I hope that you found this list helpful. Let me know in the comments down below which products were your favorite of 2025 and which ones failed you, which ones made you get a little bit disappointed. I want to know all about it. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for your time today. This was so much fun, kind of going down memory lane. And 2025 was the year I started my channel. So there was a lot of nostalgia here, and I cannot wait to see the makeup memories that you and I make in the coming year. We are going to have a blast. As far as what's coming up on my channel, I am waiting for the product concealer. I will get that review out to you as soon as I possibly can. We also have the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. We have other things coming down the road. We have the new Byredo palette coming up soon. As soon as I can get my makeup-loving hands on that palette, I will review it for you guys. And I just want to say again, thank you so much for making 2025 such a fun year for me on my channel and with makeup. You guys are the best. And for all my new friends that have joined lately, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad that you decided to join our growing community of beauty lovers and friends. You are so welcome here, and I'm so glad that you decided to hang out with me today. Thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.